नेतृत्व के प्रति और हम सभी आपकी लंबी आयु के लिए और अच्छे स्वास्थ्य के लिए भगवान से प्रार्थना करते हैं और उम्मीद करते हैं कि आप आगे भी चलकर हम सबको मार्गदर्शन देते रहेंगे, हम सबको अपना प्यार देते रहेंगे। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
धन्यवाद पीयूष जी। मित्रों, जैसा मैंने शुरू में ही कहा, समय का अभाव के कारण से जो हर एक पार्टी में तो कवर हो गया, मगर कुछ लोग उसके अलावा भी बोलना चाहते हैं, मगर उतना समय नहीं है। एक बिल भी देना है और शाम को कार्यक्रम भी है, इसलिए मैं आप लोगों को मौका नहीं दे पाया। अन्यथा मत लीजिए। मैं आते समय मेरा एक यहाँ का सदस्य बहन ने, कोनियाक बहन श्रीमती पगनान कोनियाक, नागालैंड से ये मुझे ये अंगवस्त्र दिया है। मुझे अच्छा लगा, इसलिए मैंने पहना। इसमें और कोई अर्थ निकालने के लिए प्रयास मत करिए। मित्रों, I don't want to make a long speech. I'll be speaking anyhow in the evening meeting also, but this will be my last remarks. I don't know whether we are going to continue the session or not. That will be decided. Today is the last day, I think, for the session. Keeping that in mind, I just make few observations. We are the largest parliamentary democracy in the world. We are very fortunate that our forefathers and the constitutional makers and also the great freedom fighters have given their life and their best to the country and gave us the great constitution and this parliamentary democratic system. Nobody has forced it on us, we have taken it on ourselves. In a parliamentary democracy, parliament, that means upper house, lower house, legislative assembly, council, wherever we take this, and then the local bodies, Panchayat Raj, these three tier are very important. So in this, we being the upper house, House of Elders, we have a greater responsibility. The entire world is watching India now. India is on the race. India is on the move. Keeping that in mind, we members of Rajyasabha and you members of Rajyasabha, and in future we are all going to come to this house, I only appeal to them to maintain decency, dignity and decorum so that the image of the house and the respect of the house is maintained and people will be receptive to show us, to hear us and also to follow our advice. This is my advice to all of you. As I told you, the students, the rural people, the ordinary people, they will be watching the parliamentary proceedings. That's why sometimes I have to intervene and I have to be strict and also I have to take not a very happy decision of naming some people. Otherwise, it gives me no enjoyment to take such extreme action. I have no ill will against anybody or any party. On the day when I was decided to be the Vice President of India, with a heavy heart, I have announced then and there, and Prime Minister told me in the parliamentary body meeting and the party president then, to which I belongs to, that I am being selected. I was in tears. I didn't ask for this. But you know that I was a disciplined soldier of the party. Party has given the mandate. I obliged it and I resigned from the party. There were tears not because of my shirking the responsibility, because I have to leave the party which has given me all this. That was the occasion. Otherwise, no problem at all. I did my best to maintain the dignity of the house. And I tried to accommodate all sides, south, north, east, west, northeast, and also give an opportunity to all sides of the house. I might not have given them the enough time they wanted, but each one of you has been given time, whether it is zero hour, whether it is special mention, whether it is question hour, or whether it is discussion and debate on the bills and all. People want the house to discuss, debate and decide. 3D. They do not want the other D, that is disrupt. Always people say, sir, do not pass the bill in a din. I do agree. वो शोभा नहीं देते. But for that, simple solution is do not create din and do not pass the bill in the din. This is my advice to one and all for the future also, because whoever is going to occupy the chair, they have to follow the precedents and also they have to go by the decisions that were taken earlier. The normal feeling about politicians and all, of course, I'll be speaking separately. I don't want to utilize this forum. The respect is declining everywhere because value systems are declining. Keep that in mind and try to do your bit while committing yourselves to your ideological line, but see to it that the democratic principles and the standards set by our great people are followed. I am not of that type. People now often talk, Haito president, Naito dissident, otherwise resident. Yet you know my Karnavara I never aspired for president, never became a dissident, or never confined to residence. I will be moving around, going around, meeting you all, greeting you all, talking to you on larger issues. I will not get into politics as I told you. We are all working in our own way. We are not enemies, we are rivals. We must work hard to outshine others in a competition, but not to run down others. This is my last advice to all of you. And my wish is Parliament functions well. There are many members who are very good speakers. When opportunity comes, I see even the new members coming with preparation, making great contribution. Brilliant speeches were made. And sometimes brilliance is lost because of disturbances. And the media also in our country, unfortunately, weakness is they don't report if you speak constructively. If you speak obstructively, do something unusual, it is getting coverage. It's a weakness of the media, and media should get out of it at the earliest, without trying to give some reasons here and there. Friends, the language is a very dear issue to me. I'm happy the President, the Prime Minister, the Chief Justice, all of us are speaking in the same, not same language, in same vein on respecting mother tongue, our respective mother tongues. First mother tongue, afterwards brother tongue, or any other tongue, no problem. But primacy should be given to mother tongue. Please encourage mother tongue in our respective areas. And I would like to see in my lifetime that the Parliament, the assemblies, and also the school, college, university, vocational courses, and also the administration, everything should be carried in their respective state official languages. And there can be translation, there should be translation. I told the Secretariat, I am telling you all today, before I leave, there has to be a permanent mechanism. I will come to sign that file on 10th morning, I told them, whether house is there or not, that all speeches, translation should be made available, not at request, even otherwise also. That is the process that has to start. The proceedings of this and the administration also. And also I want to see the arguments in court, High Court, District Court, High Court, Supreme Court, also in respective Indian languages. And the judgments are also delivered because I don't want to use the word litigant, people who come to the courts, they do not know English. And they will not be able to understand the judgments. So it should be, but it will take time, I am aware of it. Honest beginning has to be made, and we all should move in the direction and having communication in our respective mother tongues, that is, encourage Indian languages. Friends, I would like to conclude with a hope that we move forward. I am thankful to the Honorable Prime Minister who has given me love and affection. Thankful to all the ministerial colleagues who have all responded to my queries anytime for consultation on larger developmental issues, and also I would like to thank the leader of the opposition and other leaders on this side who have cooperated with me, and also the members from different political parties who have given a helping hand and who are all today participated in the discussion and said so many good things about me. Thank you very much. I am really moved by your love and affection. Dhanyavad. Namaskar. We'll take up legislative business. Central University Amendment Bill. Ashwini Vaishnav.
Sir, with your kind permission, I rise to move that the Central Universities Amendment Bill 2022, as passed by the Lok Sabha, be discussed and passed by this August House.
The motion for consideration of Central University Amendment Bill 2. आप कुछ बोलना चाहते हैं या नहीं? आज जो अभी बोलना है तो कुछ संक्षेप में बोलिए, बाद में फिर.
जी सर. सर, ट्रांसपोर्ट सेक्टर देश की इकोनॉमी में एक बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण सेक्टर है, और जिस तरह से माननीय प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने कंप्लीट.
एक मिनट है, जैसा मैंने कहा है आखिरी दिन है, तो पूरा देश बात करते रहेंगे, इसलिए कृपया एडजर्नमेंट होने तक, पूरा अध्ययन होने तक कृपया बैठ जाइए हाउस में, और जो भी सेंट्रल हॉल में आए वो लोग भी कृपया आ जाइए और शोभा दीजिए उसको. हाँ प्लीज.
जिस तरह से माननीय प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने देश में एक नया विजन दिया है इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर सेक्टर को डेवलप करने के लिए, और एक गति शक्ति का एक नया फ्रेमवर्क, नया एक मिशन दिया है, उसमें बहुत सारे सेक्टर्स जैसे रेलवे, हाईवे, मेट्रो, एयरपोर्ट, वाटरवेज, इन सब के विकास की एक नई एक तरीके से नए इंडिया का निर्माण हो रहा है, और इन सब के विकास से एक सामान्य मानवीय के जीवन में भी क्वालिटेटिव चेंज आता है. माननीय अध्यक्ष जी, I have taken permission.
He has got permission of Honorable Chairman.
I have taken permission. Sir, I have taken permission.
Chairman has already permitted it, for your information. Please, please.
Sir, Honorable Sir,
Please.
Honorable Chair has already permitted to the Railway Minister. On behalf of him, I am moving.
Please.
सर, इन सब सेक्टर्स की कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी और इनमें तेजी से आते हुए परिवर्तन के कारण देश में एक टैलेंटेड, वेल ट्रेन्ड और फोकस्ड कैडर की जरूरत है. ऐसे ट्रांसपोर्ट फोकस्ड कैडर को तैयार करने के लिए इस बिल के द्वारा एक सेंट्रल यूनिवर्सिटी का स्थापन किया जा रहा है. गति शक्ति विश्वविद्यालय प्रधानमंत्री जी के गति शक्ति विजन को साकार रूप देने का एक बहुत बड़ा प्रयास है.
प्लीज
गति शक्ति विश्वविद्यालय रेल
कृपया सदन में शांति रखें प्लीज.
गति शक्ति विश्वविद्यालय रेल मंत्रालय द्वारा संचालित होगी, और नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी और शिक्षा मंत्रालय की जो पॉलिसीज हैं एजुकेशन से रिलेटेड, उनके द्वारा कोऑर्डिनेटेड रहेगी. सभापति महोदय, गति शक्ति यूनिवर्सिटी के बारे में जस्ट मैं 2-4 बातें बताता हूँ, उसके बाद में वी कैन हैव द स्टार्ट द डिस्कशन. 2018 में नेशनल रेल एंड ट्रांसपोर्टेशन इंस्टीट्यूट यानी NRTI का स्थापन किया गया था. इसमें ट्रांसपोर्ट मैनेजमेंट, रेलवे टेक्नोलॉजी, रेल सिस्टम्स.
प्लीज बैठकर पीछे बैठकर बात ना करें, हाउस चल रहा है. प्लीज.
इन सब से रिलेटेड बहुत सारे कोर्सेज स्टार्ट हुए. BBA, BTech, MBA, इन सब कोर्सेज को आरंभ किया गया. कुल 725 स्टूडेंट्स इसमें अब तक एडमिशन ले चुके हैं. पहला बैच भी ग्रेजुएट हुआ और बहुत अच्छे रिजल्ट हैं, सबको अच्छे प्लेसमेंट्स भी मिले हैं. अब इस बिल के द्वारा NRTI को एक सेंट्रल यूनिवर्सिटी में कन्वर्ट किया जाएगा, अपग्रेड किया जाएगा. इसके 5 फोकस एरियाज रहेंगे सभापति महोदय. पहला, ट्रांसपोर्ट फोकस्ड कोर्सेज. दूसरा, अप्लाइड रिसर्च जैसे ब्रिजेस, टनल्स, मटेरियल साइंस, आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस फॉर ऑपरेशनल एफिशिएंसी, न्यू एनर्जी जैसे हाइड्रोजन का कैसे इस्तेमाल हो, इन सब कोर्सेज पे फोकस किया जाएगा. तीसरा, स्किल डेवलपमेंट. बीटेक PhD के साथ ही साथ स्किल डेवलपमेंट पे भी बहुत ध्यान दिया जाएगा, जिससे कि शॉप फ्लोर पे जो रिक्वायर्ड है स्किल्स, उन सब का भी इसमें ट्रेनिंग दी जाए। चौथा रहेगा टेक्नोलॉजी डेवलपमेंट का। जिस तरह IITs के साथ मिलकर देश ने एक 5G बनाया और जिस तरह से वंदे भारत और कवच जैसे नए टेक्नोलॉजी के निर्माण हुए, उसी तरीके से और भी कई सारी टेक्नोलॉजीज का डेवलपमेंट भी गतिशक्ति विश्वविद्यालय में होगा। इसका 5वां उद्देश्य सभापति महोदय रहेगा ट्रांसपोर्ट इकोनॉमिक्स और इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर फाइनेंस। देश में आज रेलवे में कम से कम 3 लाख करोड़ का एनुअल इन्वेस्टमेंट की जरूरत है। इसी तरह से हाईवे में 2 लाख करोड़ के आसपास इन्वेस्टमेंट हो रहा है। इन सब की फाइनेंशियल मॉडलिंग, नए तरीके के कंस्ट्रक्ट्स, इन सब की जरूरत के लिए इसमें एजुकेशन के कोर्सेज रहेंगे। सभापति महोदय, इस यूनिवर्सिटी का मेन कैंपस बड़ौदा में रहेगा, जहाँ पे रेलवे का इंस्टीट्यूट है, और इसके ऑफ कैंपसेस देश में अलग अलग जगह विकसित किए जाएंगे। ऑलरेडी बजट, रेलवे के बजट में 166 करोड़ 166 करोड़ का प्रावधान है। मेरा निवेदन है सदन से कि इस बिल पर अपने मूल्यवान सजेशन दें और इसको आज पारित करें। धन्यवाद।
Motion moved. Now motion moved. Dr. L. Hanumanthaiah, please.
Thank you, Deputy Chairman, sir. Sir, the Central Universities Amendment Bill 2022, the bill seeks to establish Gati Shakti Vishwavidyalaya at Vadodara in Gujarat state, amending the Central Universities Act of 2009 and the National Rail and Transport Institute will be converting into Gati Shakti Vishwavidyalaya. Sir, the scope of this new university, new Vishwavidyalaya, will extend beyond railways and include transport sector as a whole. So this is the second central university in the Gujarat state. And I have seen, sir, earlier also, lot of individual institutes have been converted into either center of excellence or the central universities for Gujarat only, not for other states, is one of my observations. Sir, this Gati Shakti Vishwavidyalaya master plan is essentially a digital platform bringing together 16 ministries, including roadways, railways, waterways, and even Udan also, which is connecting all the transport system. And it is planning and coordinated infrastructure connectivity projects for movement of people and goods and services. Sir, this university is additionally expected to provide necessary technology and research to the transport industry. This is the intention of this university. Sir, once it becomes the central university, it will enjoy greater autonomy. That is what the minister says. Is it a fact that if we observe the status of other central universities, this university will get the full autonomy or not, is my question. Sir, currently, this university provides BSc in Transport Technology, BBA in Transport Management, and MSc in Railway System Engineering and Integration. This is what this institute is now serving. Sir, the objective of Gati Shakti University is to support vision and goals of, as per the government, the Atmanirbhar Bharat, and provide best possible education to the people of Gujarat. Sir, I just wanted to ask one more question. What about the other parts of India where the only one institute which is into the research and which is into giving degree of BSc, MSc and BBM, people from other parts like South India, Northeast India and central part of India are not going to get the benefit of this? Whether it is extended to all parts of the country and all the students can have the admission here, and what is the mode of admission for them, and how the admissions are taking place, whether the examinations are conducted across the country, like CUTE, like NEET, is not clarified in the bill, sir. Sir, let us look at the central universities now. About this bill, the National Education Policy 2020 stressed the need for multidisciplinary approach to education within institutions. This is a very important issue to be discussed. Sir, the academicians across the country have raised the concerns that if a transport-oriented institute is converted into a central university, this does not match the multidisciplinary spirit of the national education policy. That is what the academicians say. And the academicians also observed that converting a university into a central university is just a matter of changing the name of the university, not the purpose of making the transport system across the country as a research institute. Sir, this status does not help the growth and development of the education sector. This is what the observation of the academicians. I wanted to know the answer from the minister. Sir, it is necessary for this change in nomenclature must accompany with increased public funding and autonomy. But in this bill, the public funding is missing. The autonomy is only in the saying, but not actually being done by the in the support of the bill. Sir, let us see the other central universities in the country, how they are working, whether they are enjoying the full autonomy or not. If they are not enjoying the autonomy across the country, there are about 64 central universities. Under this government, sir, the central universities have typically been criticized regarding lack of permanent staff, poor infrastructure, and poor academic governance. That is what I wanted to bring you to the notice of the Honorable Minister. Sir, this is due to ideological clash between the administration and staff, students and other agencies. Sir, we have seen in Jawaharlal Nehru University, we have seen in Jamia Millia University, Jadavpur, which are called as central universities, but these universities' administration is not up to the mark, and there is lot of criticizing the university's administration on ideological basis and administrative matters also. Sir, huge backlog vacancies are there in the central universities. The unfilled faculty vacancies in central universities is a worrying factor. Sir, the government should know, against 19,366 posts sanctioned in the central universities, 6,558 posts are not filled. And sir, this is about 33.86% of vacancies in faculties are not filled by the Government of India. Sir, the faculty engaged as on 18th July 2022, that is very recently. The answer is given in the Lok Sabha. The ADAC vacancies are 122, guest faculty is 1,931, contract basis teachers are about 1,820, re-employed who have retired are about 31. Sir, the total strength of these kind of vacancies are 3,904. Sir, let us also observe what is the reservation maintained in these central universities. Sir, I wanted to bring it to your kind notice. Number of vacant posts in the reserve category, sir, vacancies are 65.61% are not filled, especially from the reservation category and marginalized communities. Sir, number of vacant posts General, it is 2,252. SC category, it is 988. ST category, it is 576. Other backward classes, it is 1,761. EWS, it is 628. And 344 above in PWD. See, the total vacancies are 6,549, which comes to 65.61%. Sir, this is the vacant posts are in the central universities are a very serious concern, which this government has to take it seriously, and just converting an institute into a central university and not filling up any vacancies and not giving proper infrastructure will not going to solve the problems of the central universities, and also it will be a burden in the name of central universities, sir. Sir, experts have called for reforms to the governing councils of all central universities. This is a serious observation across the country. Not only this, these reforms includes caps on the number of members in the governing council, requirement of social representation and involvement of the alumni is another important issue which they have raised. Sir, why this is required is another important question. Sir, the same kind of ideological thinking people are in the governing council, so the governing councils are not running properly. So it should be, the governing council should be above the political ideological thinking of the people, and they should be experts in the field of education, which is not being followed. Sir, including eminent alumni in the general councils is the global best practice across the world. See, it ensures endowments, it ensures accountability, it ensures the innovation also. The Harvard University, which is practicing this involvement of the alumni, has given the best results in that university. It has become a practice across the world that this kind of alumni involvement into the university governing council is going to help the standard of education to a higher level and not going to reduce it. Sir, carelessly planned central university entrance test, which is another concern, that CUTE, the irresponsible and students' unfriendly actions of the union government can be seen in CUTE admissions, CUET admissions. Sir, the CUTE was introduced in 2022. You know about it. As a major reform to the admission process in the history of the education sector, this has been brought. Sir, subsequently what happened? The UGC introduced the CUTE as a single gateway to admissions in the central universities only 3 months prior to the admissions and the examination. Sir, this was the during time of students writing the board examinations. While they were writing the board examinations, this CUTE exam was announced. Students were in serious confusion whether we have to write this examination or shall we have to prepare for this CUTE examination. After some time, the UGC announced the board examination marks will not be considered for their admissions, and there was only 15 days left for them to attend the CUTE examination. Sir, we must also think whether in 15 days, whether these students who have just finished their board examinations can write the CUTE examination and get into that. So after the examination, they announced that there was only 15 days before the examination is conducted. On account of that, lot of students could not write the examination efficiently. Those who have scored very well in the board examination could not get good marks in the CUT examination, resulting they did not get the proper admissions. Sir, in some centers, the examinations were cancelled. What does it say? Sir, there is a lack of academic diversity in the syllabus and questions asked. That is another important question which the students were telling, that we could not write the examination. On account of that, they could score only 15 marks, and subsequently, the cancelled examination was asked to write again. Again, there was a confusion among the students. Sir, when question asked in Lok Sabha about this, the ministry did not answer this question. In fact, they awaited and told the Lok Sabha that we will take care and we will take the examination further. This is not supposed to be done by an organization like UGC and the Ministry of Education. Sir, the Parliamentary Standing Committee observes that, particularly I am referring to Scheduled Tribe overseas examination, overseas students scholarship. Sir, in this, the Parliamentary Standing Committee observes that the National Overseas Scholarship Scheme provides financial assistance to 20 students every year for pursuing higher studies abroad the country. That is for their PhDs and for postdoctoral studies. Sir, during 14 and 15, there were 20 students. In 15 and 16, there were only 15 students. And 16 and 17, there are only 16 students. So what is the reason for this decline? Across the country, there are about more than 7% of scheduled tribe students, scheduled tribe population is there. Now they have become very competitive, and there are very brilliant students who can attend any examination. For the whole country, if you cannot send 20 students, the Parliamentary Standing Committee says this should be announced to 30 at least. But I even request the government, it should be announced to 50 at least. Sir, another 1 minute. At least 50 students should be sent out of the country for their PhD and postdoctoral studies. But why this decreasing trend is, there was no proper advertisement, and every student from the rural area are not able to apply online. That is another problem with the rural India. And there is one more problem, sir. The income ceiling is 6 lakhs per annum. Sir, for scheduled tribe students, even an ordinary Group D employee, his income crosses 6 lakhs per year. And it is allowed in other cases for 8 lakhs. But for a scheduled caste, scheduled tribe candidate, you have fixed it as 6 lakhs per year. So I request the government to look into this and liberalize this economic ceiling, at least 6 lakhs to 8 lakhs, so that students across the country can be able to apply this. So this is what my request is. So just making a central university, converting a name will not solve the problem. Provide all the infrastructure, give them proper teacher, then only the central university will have a proper guidance. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Deputy Chairman, sir, for allowing me to speak on this bill, the Central Universities Amendment Bill 2022. Since we are discussing the Central Universities Amendment Bill today, may I humbly request the Chancellor of the Vishwavarati University, another Central University, who is also our Honorable Prime Minister, sir, to share his wisdom by being here. We will all benefit from his insights. So far, he has only answered one question on this floor of the House in the last 7 years. So unfortunate,
please,
sir.
come on, sir.
This bill seeks to amend the Central Universities Act 2009 by converting the NRTI into a central university. I am in favor, sir. Sir, I am glad that the House is running today all through, but it is sad that just to have a price rise discussion, 24 MPs were suspended and 12 days were
Please
wasted.
speak on the subject. Please,
In the last
please.
8 years, around
Please
110
speak
MPs
subject.
were suspended. Coming to the point, sir, first of all, I will ask that the education being in the concurrent list, whether the concerned state governments have been consulted to give their points of note of dissent or consent towards this. If no, again unfortunate, sir. It is good that another university is getting the status of a central university. We are proud. But one clarification, sir. Why Railway Department will bear the costing? Why not Education Ministry or UGC will pay the same? Sir, however, there is a need to address some of the existing issues faced by various central universities. Most central universities across the country lack adequate infrastructure and face big fund shortages. Even the existing infrastructure in these universities is breaking down. The facilities provided to the residential students are also depleting day by day, sir. The 21-22 budget allocation for education decreased by 6% compared to 2021. This year, there is only a 5% increase over the allocation of 2021. This is extremely low for post-pandemic recovery. The budget for the Rashtriya Uchchatara Shiksha Abhiyan, RUSA, was also cut from rupees 3,000 crore to 2,000 crore. Again, unfortunate, sir. A centrally sponsored scheme, RUSHA, supports state higher educational institutions, especially those that give priority to education in backward and aspirational districts. Sir, while I am speaking on this bill, allow me to point out the earlier 6 out of 10 bills were sent for parliamentary scrutiny. This was done to improve the quality of legislation. Now, sir, only about 1 out of 10 bills is set for...
Please speak on the subject, Dolaji.
for scrutiny.
Subject, please.
This
please.
is on the subject,
Please,
sir.
let her speak.
Sir, this is on the subject.
Please, not, please.
Now, sir, only about 1 out of 10 bills is set for the scrutiny. This is a dangerous trend. For today's bill, I thank you, sir, for allowing time and having a healthy discussion. In contrast, in the monsoon session last year, 27 bills were passed with an average time of just 10
Please speak
minutes
on the
per
subject.
bill.
Please.
Now,
Please,
I would
Dolaji.
like to highlight how our universities are suffering because of such fund shortages, sir. The Andhra Pradesh Central University, which was set up in 2014 after the bifurcation of the state, is in shambles. Between 2014-15 and 21-22, the budgets for some of the gems in India's educational system have been cut. The overall funding for Jamia Millia University witnessed a sharp fall. For Aligarh Muslim University, the overall allocation has reduced sharply by rupees 306 crore between financial year 2021 and 2022. It fell from rupees 1520 crore in 2021 to rupees 1215 crore in 21-22. And even JNU is a great learning institution which this government has an allergy, so far we have come to know. The diversity of India's education system with institutions like these and the many hundreds of premium educational institutions run by minority communities, including Christian missionaries, but importing education to all communities must be protected, sir. Sir, why infrastructure is so neglected? I urge upon the government to pay attention and provide adequate funds for betterment, sir. Sir, a few words about my state. Bengal was where the government has introduced multiple schemes to support higher education. The West Bengal government has launched schemes like Swami Vivekananda Merit Cum Means Scholarship for undergraduate, postgraduate, even PhD courses across all subjects. Our flagship scheme, Konyashree Prakalpo, has around 70 lakh beneficiaries currently. The scheme has been awarded the United Nations Public Service Award and has also been recognized by UNICEF, sir. I would now like to draw the government's attention to the issue of vacancies also in the central universities under the SC/ST OBC category. The Central Educational Institutions Reservation in Admission Act 2006 mandates some percentages, 15, 7.5 and 27 quotas for SC, ST and OBC. However, the intake of students under the reserved category in the central universities is much lower than the mandated norms. I urge upon the government to look after to these also. Sir, I will again want to emphasize on a very important point. In this session only, for 12 days, we have waited and the government told us they couldn't discuss the price rise debate because...
Please, on the Central University Bill, please.
They are where...
Please.
Sir, it's related, sir.
Please.
Because the Honorable Finance Minister was not over there and she will reply only. But however, today we are seeing that the same government did not think for a second moment to allot the Honorable Railway and IT Minister, Communication Minister to pilot the education bill.
Honorable Chairman has already permitted this. Dolaji, for your information.
According to the data from the Education Ministry, sir, there are 880 vacancies for the post of professor across the 5 backward categories of SC, ST, OBC, EWS and PWDs in 43 central universities. Similarly, the number of vacancies for associate professor and associate professor, assistant professor are also that way respectively. But it has been also reduced. There is an urgent need, my last point, sir, there is an urgent need to fill these vacancies to ensure adequate representation across all sections of people. At the same time, the government needs to ensure that sufficient infrastructural facilities and proper adequate funds are made available to all the central universities. And support, I do in favor of this bill to make the Gati Shakti Vishwavidyalaya a central university, but with a high hope to address all other incomfortabilities the government will address.
Thank you, Dolaji.
Thank you, sir.
Sri K.R. N. Rajesh Kumar. Please.
Honorable Deputy Chairman, sir, I am support of this bill because already this National Railway and Transportation Institute is a deemed university and now it shall be established as a university under this act. However, sir, I am totally disappointed with the clear intention of this present NDA government. The new name of proposed for this university is a Gati Shakti Vishwavidyalaya, which can be understood by few people or states. Earlier, it was a National Railway Transportation Institute, which can be understood by the all people and states and international. How only in this bill it is required to change only the word institute to be university. Sir, each state, the union territory have one of the more official language and 8 scheduled of the constitution recognizes in particular 22 languages. However, the English is used extensively in business and administration and has the status of the associate official language, the reason being the India and common language. When all the states are comfortable with the English common communication language, why the education institute should be named in Hindi only? That is now is changed in this bill. Sir, this NDA government is often overlooking the emotion or sentiment of the non-Hindi speaking states. Almost the names of the schemes, campaign and the NDA government have proposed during their tenure were in Hindi. Now they started in this bill also. By doing this, they are hurting the sentiments of Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Karnataka, Maharashtra, Odisha, West Bengal, Assam and some states, etc. These non-Hindi speaking states are also a part of the India. And the people, these states are also paying tax such as education cess to the union government. Sir, for example, during the, sir, I give you one example. Sir, for example, during the UPA government, in the year of 2008, they established like this central university called an Indian Maritime University, combining 6 different institutions from Chennai, Mumbai, Visakhapatnam, Cochin, Kolkata by the Indian Maritime University at the Act 2008.
This shows the maturity, generous mind of the UPA government. Sir, many central universities established to territorial jurisdiction of the state, the first scheduled in section 3.4, were established as Central University of Bihar, Central University of Gujarat, etc., though the territorial jurisdiction of the proposed university is whole of the India. However, the ministry proposed the name University Gadi Shakti Vishwavidyalaya. This shows narrowed mindset and the imperialistic behavior of this government towards its own states. Secondly, sir, the university will take the measure to provide quality teaching, research and skill development and in field related to the transportation, technology and management. The current need for the advanced education in the disciplines such as transportation, technology, management, imperative. Many states have their own PSUs in transport logistics sector and they need highly skilled human resource owing to its necessary. I request Honorable Minister to establish, to extend the campus in various states also interested in establishing such as university in their respective states. Sir, thirdly, sir, the university status alone is not enough for the institution run it is own. It requires economic independence. Request the minister to allocate the budget without discounting the proposal made by the board because the revenue generated by the university alone is not sufficient for them manage all the expenses. Finally, sir, already the institute partnership with foreign university. I see in the website, I saw the Honorable Railway Minister, I see in website. Finally, sir, the university already partnership with foreign universities like Cornell University, USA, and Japan Transport Tourism Research University, University of UK, and Petersburg State University of Russia. If they change the university name to Hindi, how this foreign university or student will recognize our university? How will they understood? We are not against the Hindi language, sir, but we against the Hindi impose. Federal nature of the nation is a unity in diversity. I am request, sir, 1 minute. In this NDA government is understood this. To conclude my speech, in order to promote the university worldwide and respect sentiment to tax-paying non-Hindi speaking citizen of India, it is necessary change the name of the university as a Indian Railway Transport University. I kindly request to the Honorable Railway Minister.
Thank you.
Sir, 1 minute. Sir, I kindly request the Honorable Railway Minister. It is this act is principal act of Central University. But this university is administration under sponsor under the Railway Ministry. I request the Railway Minister, please change the name. And
thank you. Thank you, Raj.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Dr. Ashok Kumar Mittal.
आपने मुझे इस बिल पर सेंट्रल यूनिवर्सिटी अमेंडमेंट बिल पर बोलने का मौका दिया। नेशनल रेल एंड ट्रांसपोर्ट इंस्टीट्यूट, सॉरी, धन्यवाद चेयर कि आप मुझे इस बिल पर बोलने का मौका दे रहे हैं और मेरा सदन में ये पहला मौका मिला है मुझे किसी भी बिल के ऊपर बात करने का। बहुत धन्यवाद उसके लिए भी। इस बिल के माध्यम से भारत सरकार नेशनल रेल एंड ट्रांसपोर्ट इंस्टीट्यूट को एक जो कि डीम्ड यूनिवर्सिटी है, फुल फ्लेज्ड यूनिवर्सिटी का दर्जा देने जा रही है। गति शक्ति विश्वविद्यालय जो कि रेलवे मंत्रालय के अधीन होगा और सेंट्रल यूनिवर्सिटी होगा। मैं सबसे पहले इसके लिए भारत सरकार को बधाई देना चाहूँगा। जब हम शिक्षा की बात करते हैं तो मेरे दिमाग में एक छोटा सा पंक्तियाँ आती हैं, मैं आपसे साझी करना चाहूँगा। रोशनी केवल चिराग से ही नहीं होती, रोशनी केवल चिराग से ही नहीं होती, शिक्षा से भी घर रोशन होते हैं, शिक्षा से ही घर रोशन होते हैं। इसी दौरान क्योंकि हम लोग भी शिक्षा से संबंधित है तो एक और बात याद आती है जो हमारा स्लोगन चल रहा है देश में, पढ़ेगा इंडिया तभी तो बढ़ेगा इंडिया। तो धन्यवाद ये नया इनिशिएटिव लेने के लिए। हम 2 वर्ष से ज़्यादा समय से कोरोना महामारी से जूझ रहे हैं और इसमें हर क्षेत्र अफेक्ट हुआ है और एजुकेशन जो क्षेत्र वो सबसे बुरी तरह अफेक्ट हुआ है। हम जानते हैं हमारे 30 करोड़ स्कूली बच्चे हैं, 3 करोड़ कॉलेज और विश्वविद्यालय के बच्चे हैं। तकरीबन 33 करोड़ बच्चा हमारा विद्यार्थी है और वो 2 साल से घरों में बंद के बैठे हुए थे। ये पहला वर्ष है कोरोना के बाद जिसमें पूरा भारत ऑफलाइन मोड में, मतलब अपने स्कूल अपने कॉलेज के प्रांगण में जाके पढ़ेगा। मैं इस सब चीज़ों के लिए पूरे सदन को बधाई देना चाहूँगा कि भारत वापस नॉर्मल सिचुएशन में आ गया है कोरोना की महामारी को पार करते हुए। बहुत बहुत मुबारकबाद सभी को। अब क्योंकि हमें शिक्षा का मौका मिल गया है कि हम कॉलेज में पढ़ें, अपने स्कूल में पढ़ें, क्योंकि बिल्कुल देखा गया है कि ऑनलाइन शिक्षा एक सब्स्टिट्यूट थी, एक कम्प्लीमेंट्री हो सकती थी, पर ये सब्स्टिट्यूट नहीं हो सकती थी। क्योंकि जब हम ऑनलाइन मोड में होते, आपस में मिल नहीं पाते, बात नहीं कर पाते, शिक्षकों से वार्तालाप नहीं कर पाते, ढंग से खेल नहीं पाते, कल्चरल इवेंट से पार्टिसिपेट नहीं कर पाते, डाइवर्सिटी को एंजॉय नहीं कर पाते, और शिक्षा ये सब चीज़ें ही सिखाती है और जो कि अछूती जा रही थी इसमें। लेकिन जब हम आगे बढ़ते हैं तो एक चीज़ हमें हमेशा डिस्टर्ब करती है, वो हम सबको करती है, ये भारत सरकार को भी, हम सबको, पूरे सदन को, कि जब टाइम्स हायर एजुकेशन रैंकिंग की बात होती है तो अभी तक हम 200 में नहीं पहुंच पाए। क्यूएस हायर एजुकेशन रैंकिंग की बात होती है तो हम 100 में नहीं पहुंच पाए, जबकि हम विश्व गुरु माने जाते थे। पर मैं उम्मीद कर रहा हूं जो नए प्रयत्न चल रहे हैं उसके अंतर्गत हम विश्व गुरु की तरफ तेजी से अग्रसर होंगे। अब इसकी बात करें, इसमें सेक्शन 4 है एक, यदि मैं थोड़े से प्रावधान जो इस बिल में है उनके बारे में ध्यान दिलाना चाहूँगा मंत्री महोदय का। सेक्शन 4 में वैसे तो 1, 2, 3 बड़ा छोटा सा बिल है, तकरीबन प्रोसीजरल ज़्यादा है और उसमें न्यू चीज़ें कोई नहीं आई हैं। तो एक तो ओवरऑल मैं कहना चाहूँगा इस बिल में कोई भी नए प्रावधान नहीं किए गए जिससे शिक्षा की क्वालिटी को सुधारा जा सके, तो उसके बारे में कृपया ध्यान दीजिएगा। सेक्शन 4 में सेक्शन 4J है, जिसमें कहा गया है कि यदि कोई एम्प्लॉय जो कि एग्जिस्टिंग इंस्टीट्यूट में काम कर रहा है वो नहीं मानता नई शर्तों को, तो उसको समझाया जाए हल्का सा।